Hello friends, I am Saket Bansal and in this video I am discussing SAFe implementation roadmap. Now many of you might have gone through a training of Scaled Agile framework or might have seen some video on SAFe, and you may start wondering, what if I have to bring this particular framework in my organization? How do I start? How do I start implementing SAFe in my own organization? Now Scaled Agile Academy does provide a guidance for SAFe implementation. This is a guidance which gives you a broad idea about how possibly you can implement SAFe in your environment. You definitely need to add things which are relevant to your organization in these guided steps. So it's not a recipe book guidelines, but these are the broad guidelines. Now in any implementation or a transformation journey, you may have a broad 4 steps things. The first step is setting up the stage. I would call it setting up the vision, a direction which gives us clear reason for changing. Many times they are driven by a sense of urgency for change. Now once we have a reason for change, we also work with people who can help us in bringing this whole transformation. So you set up that stage, and after that you start wondering, how do we go about it? We start doing some level of planning, some broad idea of selecting our choices. You can say that you end up thinking what to do. So you decide what to do, you create some guided plan for your transformation journey. And once you are done with the second step, you start working on that particular plan. So you start acting on it. And you start seeing the results. Those results may help you to change your approach or may refine your approach or may give you confidence to roll out your current approach to many and many more locations. So you inspect and adapt at that stage, and once you find the right strategy for your new way of working, you ensure that these things comes into your culture and you sustain and work with it. Now, let's see how these things or this kind of transformation journey is guided in a SAFe implementation roadmap. The diagram which I'm using is available for you at a website, scaleagileframework.com. It's freely available. It's a copyright material. You can use it, but you can't modify it. So I'm just using it to explain this approach. So thing starts with a decision called Go SAFe. Now you as an organization may have the burning reasons for trying out something which is new than your current approach. You might be suffering from customers not getting the desired results on a given timelines, the low quality, the poor engagement of your workforce in the delivery. So you may have your own compelling reasons, and based on that, the senior executives decide that we need to try out something else and let's go with the SAFe. This is like a triggering point for your SAFe implementation journey. Now once you get this trigger point that yes, we need to go for SAFe, the second thing comes in leader's mind is, okay, if we want to go for SAFe or we have a reasons to explore something new, now how should we go about it? Who can help us here? Now you can hire some external consultants who are trained in SAFe, who are already trained in a SAFe program, certified as a SAFe program consultant, or you can identify your internal change agents and get them trained on SAFe. And that's the second step as far as SAFe implementation roadmap is. Get your change agents trained on SAFe as well as on implementation approach of SAFe, and that is done by way of making them attend SAFe program consultant class. Now these agents are not only getting trained, they are also getting a supportive materials, supportive guidance, toolkits which will help them in running the whole transformation journey. These change agents are also getting access to the role-based training materials which they will be using in their journey forward. So you get them trained. Once they are trained, they work with senior executive leaders and managers, usually the selective senior executive leaders and managers who are key to the whole transformation journey, and these change agents will educate them on SAFe. So Scaled Agile provides them a program called Leading SAFe, which is a 2 days of learning program which has exercises and other content in it, and the agents takes this executive through that particular 2 days program journey, which results in a better understanding of Scaled Agile framework. Now we started with SAFe, we have educated the key members on Scaled Agile framework. Now we need to take the journey forward. In order to take the journey forward, it makes sense to create a guided coalition of people who will drive this whole transformation. You can say that this is a group of individuals who will take this new way of working forward. You may call it Agile Center of Excellence, or you may call it Lean Agile Center of Excellence, or you may have your own name, Transformation Team, Change Team, or some funny name team, but this team is something which will drive the whole transformation going forward. So for our conversation, we are calling them Lean Agile Center of Excellence. So we got the reasons, we got the people, now we need to get started. And in order to get started, first we need to plan out what all business areas we are working in and what kind of a possible value streams we can see in our organization so we can plan the implementation of SAFe. Now, many of you may already understand that SAFe is more about identifying the value streams and identifying how a development team can support this value stream to maximize their potential. And that is the step which we do, and the SAFe program consultant will drive the identification of value streams and agile release trains. So Scale Academy provides them toolkits and training materials which helps them in running an exercise which may result into an identification of development value stream. Now I give a brief overview of these value stream things. It's like a 4-5 step process. The organization first need to identify their operational value stream. In a simple way, it's like a running process or sequence of activities of delivering values, which has some trigger, some order comes in, and at the end there is some customer who gets the value delivery. Many times I make a funny thing which mostly is true. It's like various ways of making money, and you have a sequence of activities which gives you a way of making money. So you identify those operational running value streams as a first step. Now, once you have that operational value stream in front of you, you start figuring out what kind of a systems plays a role in order to make this value delivery possible. So you identify those systems. Third steps, in a running organization, the SAFe is not yet there. You are identifying what are the development teams who are supporting these systems. Now, once you are done with these three things, now you start looking from a SAFe perspective. It says, okay, what kind of a development value stream we can identify from them. So development value stream is a sequence of activities, series of activities which has its own trigger and delivers value, but it's focused on development, not on operations, which may result into new operational value stream or which may make the current operational value stream efficient or run faster. So you identify these development value stream, and then the fifth step is that identify the people, the teams which will support these development value stream. Now it may look easy or complex depending upon from where you are looking from, but this is one of the crucial steps in SAFe implementation. You know, you can see like that this is setting up the path. Now if the path itself is wrong, even if you implement it well, it may result into something not so productive. So my recommendation is do spend sufficient time in identifying those value streams and development value streams finally, and agile release train. As a SAFe program consultant, you get enough supporting materials from your resource page of Scaled Agile website. Now once you are done with that, so as an output of this particular step is you identify that, okay, these are the areas of my development value streams, and this is how possibly they can support it by way of putting people into it in the form of agile release train. Now we go to the sixth step. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sixth step, which is like creating the implementation plan. Now you may discover 10 value streams and you may end up identifying 20 teams to support those 10 value streams. In a complex organization, it could be more than even 20 or 50. Now, it may not make sense to go with all the value streams and trains in a one go. You may want to go little slow and identify first few value streams and release trains to start with. Now, in a SAFe implementation roadmap strategy, it says that pick up the one value stream. Now, which value stream you should pick up? Yeah, this is, you can identify which makes sense, but in general, there are 4 factors which can help you to identify that good value stream to get started with. One, a value stream which has a leadership support. So leaders are more and more committed about it. They want to see some value in it. And a value stream which has a clarity on product and solution. So it's like you can clearly see a trigger and value delivery without having too much intermingling from external areas. So which has a clarity on what the product and solution they are delivering. Third, it has a good team. So it has an engagement and all those things available. So team is focused to take the challenge forward. Fourth thing is that it has many good challenges. If they got resolved, organization may get good benefit from it. Now you may not get all the 4 factors in a given context, but these 4 factors can help you to find out a pick for your first value stream and first agile release stream. So you do those things and you pick up that, and based on that you plan that, okay, this is how we are going to introduce SAFe in a given value stream. And you may also create a roadmap for subsequent implementation, maybe more trains in a same value stream or the next value stream which you want to take forward. So you create the implementation plan. Now, these 2 steps were more like designing and planning. Now enough with designing and planning. This is like we were sitting in a room and thinking about how to go for implementation. Now it's time to act. It's like getting into execution, and that is where we start with prepare for agile release train launch. So this is we are doing. We have identified our first value stream and we have identified our release train. Now we want to get them started with SAFe. We want them to get started with doing program increment planning, start doing their system demos, and start delivering things frequently. So this is what we want. That's what our implementation roadmap is aspiring to. So we prepare for agile release train launch, and this preparation may involve delivering some more leading SAFe programs to agile release train specific stakeholders. So when you identify that particular value stream, you may identify there are some business stakeholders which are critically working in this area. Let's make them aware about SAFe. So you run a leading SAFe program for them. Then you also need your content people, the product managers, product owners, to know what we are going to do so that they can prepare the backlog of work which the team should be working on in advance. So that is the reason the content people, the product managers and product owners get trained by way of SAFe POPM training. Now all this training, the lean change agent, the SAFe program consultant is authorized to do, and Scaled Academy provide him all the content, exercises and tools to run these trainings efficiently. It's like they just have everything ready material. Yeah, definitely they need to bring their experience and story, which is very obvious if they are running this whole particular journey. So the product owners, product managers get trained, the Scrum Masters get changed. Now teams might be already doing Scrum and understanding Scrum, but they need to know how the Scrum thing will work in an overall SAFe context. So this is more about a training part when we are preparing for ERT launch. There are other things also need to be done. The calendar for Agile Release Day need to be set up. You need to decide at what frequency you are going to do your program increments. So it could be 10 weeks, which looks like default, or it could be 12 weeks. So you decide that. You also decide the iteration start date and end date, or a rhythm of iterations. You also decide when the system demos are going to happen, when the Scrum of Scrum is going to happen. So all those things which are expected to happen in your agile release execution, or when you do an ART start running, you end up preparing for doing in a step called prepare for ART launch. Now once this is done, we may bring the team and we train the team and launch the agile release train. Now there is a quick start approach which makes this like a 1 week activity. You bring everybody together and run a big room training for the teams, which is again provided by Scale Academy, and SPCs are authorized to deliver it. So you do a SAFe for teams for 2 days and followed by 2 days of program increment planning. So the preparation is already done. The product owner, product managers has a clarity on what kind of a work they want to get done, probably if everything fits in place. So after training the team, it may get followed by 2 days of PI planning meeting. And the 2 days of PI planning meeting gives us a plan for program increment. Sometime it may get followed by a workshop. Some specific areas need to be discussed. Some tool need to be team need to be educated on tools. So it may have a 1 more day in the 1 week activity which has a workshop in it. So now time to do an execution. So the agents, lean agents, the SAFe program consultant doing, training and planning is going now down, and now they need to move from a consultant cap to a coach cap, because now team is executing. The release train is running the show. Now they have their own roles, they are doing the things, but when they are doing the things, they may stuck here and there. So these change agents, the Lean Agile Center of Excellence, now start wear the cap of a coach. So they coach various Agile release train events, maybe how to conduct Scrum of Scrum, what kind of normal dysfunctions, patterns they may discover. They may share those ideas that these are the things which can create problem. If somebody approaches them that we are facing an integration problem or a coordination problem, so these change agents, the SAFe program consultants, are expected to coach these trains while they are doing execution. So see, all plan looks great on the paper but when we get started, things will start going here and there. And that is where here we are bringing them on track again and again. This is more like an inspect and adapt part of your transformation thing. Now, based on your continuous coaching and inspecting and adapting, you do expect to see results. And once you see these results, you launch more trains in same value streams, and then you start approaching other Agile release trains. So it's like this, when things are happening for good, you don't stop there. You take this journey forward in other business areas. Now it may look like, okay, we need to just get started from a quick start approach. We have a one train running, and we may just get started with another quick start approach, just bring the team and we get started from this particular step only. Maybe true if you are launching in a same Agile, same value stream, but may not be true in many cases, because each context may require a different preparation. So usually prepare for ART launch is the kind of step you start with. You start with a prepare for ART launch and you repeat the rest of the steps for new ARTs. If you are planning a new value stream, you may go little behind, and you may start from even creating an implementation plan or reviewing the implementation plan very critically, because the new value stream may have many new challenges associated to it. So depending upon at what rigor you want to go, because your context can only tell you that. Now with this, it's like multiple Agile release trains are running and you have a SAFe implemented or essential SAFe implemented in your organization. Now it's time to extend it to the portfolio. Now before you extend it to portfolio, there is a possibility when you launch more and more Agile release train, you may also extend it to a large solutions, which may come into the picture where you have multiple trains, but the solutions comes only when the multiple trains integrated together and they have to work together in order to deliver the large solution. So large solution implementation may come here when you are doing this. Now, with large solution or without large solution, you may get more and more SAFe program consultant, because the change agents are needed and the movement is bigger. You extend to the portfolio and you have a toolkits and other things to do that. Now extend to portfolio means, now with all Agile release train execution, you have a results coming out, things are happening, but you may be facing difficulty in aligning the overall organization strategy with an execution of development work. You may find challenges in allocating budgets, and you may find difficulty in measuring success at a portfolio level. So when your development level execution problems are getting in control, it may make sense to extend the SAFe approach to a portfolio level, which will bring more and more alignment between strategy and execution. So you may do that. After that, sustain and improve. So there is no ending. You may go for, as an organization, as a SAFe program consultant, you may conduct more and more advanced courses for your people. So you may run release train engineer program, you may run advanced Scrum Master program, so that your individuals target more and more excellence in their implementation, and you keep producing and sustaining the results which you are getting from your SAFe implementation. So this is how I believe you can get started with understanding SAFe implementation roadmap. The content is relatively huge. These are all 12 steps and they are well documented at scaleagileframework.com. So I encourage you all to go through that particular website and create your own implementation roadmap for your SAFe implementation.